What's up YouTube, Winterguard here. Today we're going to do our fourth in a series of 1,000 runs on super unique bosses. Today will be Nihlathak. Most people will run him for the Key of Destruction. It's one of the 3 keys to open Ubertrist. So he's hit quite a bit. Most people, I haven't noticed people actually doing him that much just for loot. It's always in conjunction with getting keys. So we'll take a look at actual loot drops. For those that don't know, Nihlathak is monster level 95. So he is one of 3 bosses that actually drop grand charms that people will tend to use for cubing with 3 perfect gems. Since he's monster level 95, he has a chance to roll a grand charm that has up to 45 life on it. So one of the 3, Diablo and Bale, are the other 2. Also, since he is monster level 95, he is TC 87 treasure class, which means that him and his minions can drop from the highest treasure class table. So he can drop every item in the game. So we're going to look at that as far as his loot drops. We'll take account, as I've done before, with sets and uniques and number of drops we get just in total. Also, we'll take a look at the number of keys. The average count for keys is about 1 in every 13 runs you'll get a key drop. So we'll see how that number shakes out with how many keys I got. Again, this is going to be 1,000 runs. We're going to be doing it on my Lightning Sorceress. So for those that haven't seen before, I keep her at exactly 500 magic find, which is, I'm kind of doing it as kind of just a baseline for all these runs so that we're always using the same amount of magic find, and it is pretty high. If you're running honestly around 300, you're in a pretty good spot as long as you don't hurt your clear speed. I would, there's nothing wrong with going up higher from that. But let's take a look at how to actually get to Nihlathak. For those that don't run him or haven't hit him that much, he's going to be Halls of Pain. So just to kind of get ahead of this, the first time you go through, you have to go through the Pendle's portal and go through and find the waypoint for Halls of Pain is actually the 2nd level of a 3-tier dungeon. So I'm going to link a video I'd done previously on how to get maneuver your way through here. There's certain paths. There's 3 different paths that you could take to get to Nihlathak from this waypoint. So you have to find the entrance down. I'm not going to go through all the different ones. You'll see it in the video I link. I kind of go into detail on how to find Nihlathak. So we'll make our way down. Okay, and then you get down to the lower level where he's located at Halls of Vought. Now he's going to be in one of 4 locations. Again, I'm not going to get into details on how to find him. But again, there's a video I've done that shows this. Now, the one thing you have to watch for, of course, is this corpse explosion. I normally just get in here and blow everything up pretty quick, but sometimes he can be lightning immune, so you have to watch for the corpse explosion. You can use Nature's Peace to keep that from occurring. There's still an off chance of getting gimped by the corpse before Nature's Peace kicks in. There's a real small window where he can pop one that hits you before the Nature's Peace takes over. What Nature's Peace does is keeps him from using the corpses once they're dead. So basically keeps him from doing corpse explosion. But again, there's like a little tiny window before, I guess you can call it an aura, from the Nature's Peace kicks in and keeps these from blowing up. So you kind of got to watch that. But that's pretty much it. I did this 1,000 times. Again, he does drop from TC 87 treasure class, so it's a chance of dropping every item, plus the keys that we got. So we're going to get into the compilation of loot that we were able to get from him, and then I will get into the numbers afterwards. If you enjoy the video, give me a like and subscribe. Link to my Discord is in the description, as well as my stream schedule. Hopefully ladders are right around the corner, so we'll be getting into that shortly. Cross your fingers. But let's get into the compilation, and then we'll crunch the numbers a little bit afterwards, and you guys can kind of see the counts we got off of this guy. Okay, as you can see, the loot was okay. We did get a decent amount of mid to upper tier items that can be found to be useful. Unfortunately, we didn't get any TC-87 drops, but that's just RNG at work. So let's get into the numbers real quick and let's see how they actually shook out. Now, opposed to the first three super uniques we've done, his drops were a lot harder or a lot higher. We can kind of attribute that to the number of mobs that spawn in his pack. Usually, when you hit Nihlathak, that his platform is usually pretty congested, so there's just a lot more mobs just in general when you do a Nihlathak clear. So we're looking at 76 set items and 95 uniques, which is a total of 171, considerable bit higher than previous bosses. You're looking at 171 total. So that comes up to a 17.1% chance of a setter unique per run. A lot higher. I like the numbers itself. Let's look at the keys. So again, I mentioned this at the beginning. The keys drop rate is normally 1 out of 13. For every 13 runs, you should get 1 key. So this came out to, I got 81 keys total, which is actually 12.34. It's just ahead of the curve, but I mean, it kind of just keeps that number in place. This is basically 1 out of 12, so I did a little better than average, but it's still close enough that I think over the long term it'll probably still fall into that 1 out of every 13 runs. So we're going to leave it here at this point. We're probably 3 to 4 weeks out of ladder still, so we got time to pump some more super uniques. I am probably going to spin off just for a one-off. People have been saying to me about running or farming Halls of Pain. The density in Halls of Pain is pretty high, so it's worth checking out. I'll probably do a 100-run series on Halls of Pain just to see what we get. Halls of Pain is monster level 84, but that does mean that the boss packs and champ packs are going to be above 85, which means they will drop from TC-87. So it's worth taking a look at just to see what we can get. So we're going to probably do a one-off video on 100 runs Halls of Pain, just to see what kind of drops we get. We'll probably do full clears, so I think 100 runs will be long enough. The area is fairly large, so it's not going to be a fast clear each time. So we're going to do that up next, and then we'll continue on and pick another super unique to do another 1,000 runs on. But if you enjoy this type of video, give me a like and subscribe. Again, my streaming schedule and Discord link is in the description. Join me there. You guys have a great day. Keep on farming.